Hello, creative collective. How are you doing today? Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the and delightful. Da, 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 da. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Some people are like, I don't want no damn more snow. I don't want no snow. I don't want no snow right now. They don't know what they want, right? So we get on a ship. Y'all ready? Hello, Jeremy York. So we're going to start the song off for Jeremy York. Are you ready? Hello, Bridget. Are y'all ready to go on a ship? A ship, a ship, a ship. Are you ready to go to the seas to find Atlantis, baby? Are you ready to find your heart? Are you ready to understand the lands? Are you ready? Are you ready, my friends? Let's get on the ship. Get on the ship. Get on the ship. We're going to get on a ship. We're flying, we're soaring, we're going where we go. We're finding the coins and we're going to go. We're gonna bring Atlas, he's gonna help us all. We're gonna find the reason how to understand the storms of man and keep the peace. Hello, Creative Collective. Hello, Things Network. Hope you're having a fantastic, awesome, amazing, super saturated, soothing, spiritual, supernatural Sunday. Ooh, right? So I got some cards out for us so we can have some fun. But today, I want to talk to y'all about one thing because this is the holidays, right? Y'all realize when y'all get money from a bank that they say thank you? Do y'all realize that? When you get money from a bank, they say thank you. When we get paid, right, we say thank you, right? I was thinking about that today. I was thinking about that today. I was like, yeah, that's true. We say thank you. We're grateful. But when we bust our asses every day, right, we know our worth. We talked about that in earlier episodes. We know our worth. We know that we have to work. A lot of people don't realize they have to work. And some of the people I'm a little jealous of, I'm going to tell you. I talked to my wife today, and my wife, she's just a genius. She has like some of the most amazing, smart things that she does on a regular basis. And I wish like, damn, Virginia just come up with some great stuff. If it's not, don't be a dump truck. I mean, that's just like, if that's not a shirt. If I want to make shirts, we start making shirts and selling them. Don't be a dump truck in other people's lives. Don't come in and just dump stuff. You don't want people to dump stuff into your beautiful ocean, which we're going to talk about a little bit later, right? You don't want people to come in and start trashing something you've worked really hard on. I think we all can speak about that. Hello, Charles Rude, Tim Smith, Bridget, and Jeremy. Hello, everyone. If you're here, please say hello so I know you're here. Just say hello. That's all I want you to do. Or I'll pull a card for you too. Have some fun time. Some don't. Yes. Well, all right, Charles. Let's talk about it. Some don't. What do you mean by that? I'll wait. One thing I learned working in customer service, I'm going to tell y'all right now, if you're ever rude to somebody who works at a call center, like I was, that karma will come back and it will bite you in the ass. And it will bite you hard like a Rottweiler. Rawr! I had my first rude caller this week. My first rude caller. I was a little scared. Rude caller called me. Hello, Laura Smith. How are you doing today? So I had this rude caller. This rude caller was like, hello, I went to your so-and-so and I bought so-and-so. I was like, ma'am, I'm sorry, but we don't handle that. She's like, well, that's the number I got. I'm like, ma'am, I'm sorry. I wish it was. I wish I could help. She's like, well, you can help. And I was like, tell me how I can help. I felt like New Amsterdam. How can I help? Working in customer service, you learn very quickly that line, how can I help you? You also learn there are people who are grateful, right? And there are people who are assholes, right? We just learned that. And in the storm of life, in the storm of man, we have to learn how not to be that asshole. We're constantly changing, right? We're constantly changing. Our our thing is we change. I like to think about this. You know when we're dating when we're younger, like in high school. Yes, Jeremy. It's so hard when we're younger to understand where people stand on things, right? And then your earphones give you a message from spirit saying charge complete. Well, that's great. But go back to the younger thing. When we're younger, we don't know a lot of times where people stand because where they stand is where their parents stand. When we get married, a lot of times we get into a very serious relationship. Some of us we can lose our identity. Right? I've seen this happen to a lot of people. People feel like they've lost who they are. They're like, I have lost my identity. I am no longer who I am. I don't understand. Right? Going back to this whole thank you. When you work hard, you want to be recognized for it. Right? When you work hard, when we leave an investigation, right? When someone leaves an investigation, right? You're like, prize. You're thinking, oh, I got this great prize. I'm gonna go home, and then you're gonna realize that you don't have shit, and you can't open the box, and it's just an illusion. It's an illusion, damn it. You can't open it. Sorry, they blocked me. So you can't open it, and you try. You try and try. You don't want to say thank you. You want to say, bam. You want to put two fingers in the air. That's what you want to do. The storm of life that we get in, right? I want to show y'all something. I'll be right back. I just gotta go get it because it's over here, and I was lazy. I wasn't lazy. I didn't think, and that's another thing that gets us. Now I'm gonna show y'all something really cool. All right. I'm back. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me now? Hello. I need to know if y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me now, right? There we go. Okay. So my wife had this hanging on our door. And when I saw this today, I was like, this looks like a hurricane, right? Looks like a hurricane. Someone take a picture of this and send it to me. Can someone do that? Just take a picture. Okay. So Virginia said that each one of these represents something that we're thankful for, right? That we're thankful for. And I was thinking, how many times in our life can we say that we're thankful for a hurricane? That we're thankful for the storm of mankind? That we got something out of the disaster while we're on our ship, right? Maybe that storm took us off course and we ended up in Texarkana instead of Hollywood, or we ended up this way and that way, right? We have to figure out how to get back to thank you. I say this because I was looking for this money. I was looking for it. I needed it, right? The money was not there, right? You ever had this? Somebody owe you money and you're like, well, and you're looking for the money, right? You're looking for it. Or you have a coworker or a worker who's around you and you're looking for them to just start working. You're waiting for that day. You're like, hey, hey, you, when are you going to start working? When are you going to do that? You going to do that anytime soon? You going to start working? Like, let's work. Please do that. Now, in the metaphysical and the paranormal world, you'll see people who, when they start working, sometimes they are not nourished. This happens a lot with young investigators, especially if they are attractive, especially if they have eyes on Hollywood or eyes on extending their brand and stuff like that. It happens, right? If you don't talk about sex, if you don't talk about drugs, if you don't talk about infidelity, if you don't talk about these things that just pop into the world on a regular basis, which you can watch on Netflix or you can watch on Hulu, or you can watch on Amazon Prime, or you can watch on HBO Max, then people aren't going to want you. It's just not. And yeah, actually, we can say why? Why? Why is that? Why is that the way things are? Why, if I'm talking about the art of saying thank you, right? Learning the art of thank you, right? Learning the art of saying hello. It's me, right? Learning that art. Learning the balance that those elephants behind me must have, right? Because you're on this path. These hurricanes that happen, these massive storms. Let's talk about the massive storms. Y'all ready? Here's one of the biggest massive storms you'll ever see in your life. Infidelity. And it's not just, oh, who's sleeping with who? One of the greatest lines in wrestling ever, for a theme song ever, right? You just throw it in there. Who's sleeping with who? Or, I am the game. Jeremy, you know what I'm talking about. Let's see if you know where those lines are from, I'll give you a point. Right? If you know where those lines are from, I'll give you a point. All right. So as we go into the storm of Atlantis, the storm of humanity, excuse me. See, I can't even talk. I tell people that in customer service that I work with every day, I'm like, I can talk. I went to school to talk, I promise. But I'm like this. Hello? Yes, can I help you? Yes. My name is so-and-so. What's your name? My name is this, but I can't say that. So, your name's David? No, my name is Seth David. David? No, it's Seth David. So, David, I can't access my whatever it is. I'm like, okay, you can't access. I'm so sorry. How can I help you? And we start talking about stuff, right? This is what humankind does. This is what mankind, the storm of mankind that I'm getting to. People love to complain. I love to complain. I will come in and I will take that dump truck and I will go Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, little one? Because I'm gonna wake your ass up. Right? That's what it is. Anybody who has a newborn knows when you do that, and there is a mother in the picture, and you are the daddy, and you wake up the one that's just gone to sleep, you might be getting an ass kicking. Maybe that's another shirt too. So here we go. These is I'm not really familiar with these cards, so it could say anything, but we'll just see. All right. Oh, look at this. This is great. Crystal Skulls. Look at this. I love this card here. So Crystal Skulls, and I've never read this before, so pardon me. During the Golden Atlantis, 13 life-size quartz skulls were fashioned using technology currently beyond our comprehension. That's something I want you to look at. You ever had a conversation with somebody and it's currently beyond your comprehension and you want to learn it and you're like, oh shit, that's a thing. 12 of these were advanced computers into which the leaders of the 12 tribes recorded the history and knowledge of their region. Can you imagine if you got tasked with that right now? Right now that you were called. Hey, this is why I do the shit that I do. This is why I do the shit that I do. This is why I do. Okay. So, I mean, really, can you imagine 12 of these were advanced computers into which the leaders of the 12 tribes recorded their history and knowledge of their region? Just imagine Jeremy. Let's say Jeremy. Jeremy, you're calling in and you have to transcribe the history of your region. It can be very different from somebody who, let's say, you're one of one political, socioeconomical status here, right? And you get to tell everything about that region. Everything, right? We all have opinions, is what I'm saying. We all have opinions. We all have skulls, right? Right here. We all have skulls. Right here. Well, y'all can't see this one. Have y'all seen Forrest? But here's another one. We all have skulls. We all have them. Right? They hold our greatest gift, our brain, the swimming pool of the soul, as I like to call it. Right? The 13th was a higher frequency, an amethyst skull. Ooh, let's see. And I have one of those. Look at this. Shit you can't make up. An amethyst skull. Contains the information of Atlantis and is no longer in physical form. I'm waiting for the day when someone comes out and says, hey, you know what today is? Today's the day that we've already said there's UFOs. We put that in with the corona, right? People just aliens and stuff. That came out during the corona. So when we have the real first contact, then people are going to be like, oh shit, it's just like Star Trek. It's just like it. This is what happens. We're going to shoot a rocket. But our luck, we'll have somebody, some multi-billionaire shoot a rocket in the right place at the right time, and they will think that is what the Earthlings are. And then we'll be like, that's not us. That person's not us. Not us, not us, not us. So we have to be aware. So they talked about the corona and the aliens. Isn't that funny? Can you imagine? No one could write that shit. Right? Now, I'm going to talk about something that's really funny too in a little bit. No one could write that shit. You're talking about aliens and coronavirus at the same time on the same network. UFOs exist. They didn't say aliens. They said UFOs. Because when you start talking aliens, you know what that means? You start talking about a threat. You know why you start talking about a threat? Because the mass media has and I was a part of the mass media. I was part of, the entertainment industry, the movies, the TVs and everything. They have painted the aliens, most of them all, as, I don't know, bad. I mean, we have a whole series of movies where the alien, guess what, is a queen, and she's a mean mama, bam! You know what I mean? Let's get back to thank you. Right, let's get back to thank you. Like I said, I've never read this card before, so my wife probably like, what the hell are you doing talking about amethyst skulls in Atlantis on live Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Wife, I'm sorry. Today's the day, right? No, I'm kidding. Okay. So this skull, and there's something great about Diana Cooper and her cards. When she writes this stuff, no longer in physical form. No longer in physical form. What does that talk about, paranormal investigators? No longer in physical form. Holy shit. People don't get it. They don't understand. They start freaking out about the slightest little thing. Like, oh my God, how many of y'all ever gone on an investigation? First comes in, let me tell you about this. I walked in, man. I just finished making love to my wife. All right. I've just been making love to my wife. I walked in, and there was a lady, and she was she was standing there looking at me. And I didn't know how to feel about that. I could have screamed. I could have yelled. I could just turn around. You got to ask yourself, what would happen? Something that's no longer in physical form, but standing there. Whew. Now we're in the storms of mankind, right? How many things cause these storms that are no longer in physical form? Words. Words. Words can build things that make physicality, right? But they're also energy. They come from physical form, just like spirit. Spirit may have been physical one time. That lady who's staring at the guy, right, may have been a physical form at one point. Maybe not. But what's going on? Can you imagine if there were these crystal skulls and they had all this knowledge of all these different regions, right? And you found that shit right now? Just imagine. Imagine someone's digging in Egypt and they start digging and they go, turn on the techno music. Right? You got the blue collar man. He's going to take the corduroy shirt off. He's going to get down there digging. And they find these big ass skulls with all this information in them. Here's the thing. Probably 9 times out of 10, they wouldn't know how to access it. Right? They wouldn't know how to access it. When we're in the storms of man, we hardly know how to access ways to say thank you. Because when we do that, it comes with a box that we can't open. We have a hard time. That's a lot of stuff to unpack, right? How many times have you been with somebody and you just want to say thank you, but as soon as you do that, you're going to create this exchange of energy that you might not want to have forever, right? That you might say, hey, I was doing this for this person. I really felt like they needed it. Da, da, da. Oh, shit. I just built the beans on everything. I'm worse than Tom Holland and Spider-Man. Like, everything, right? Like, that's what happened. But the reason why I like picking these cards and not knowing what the hell they are is because I could fall flat on my face. Yes, please and thank you should be a natural thing. But in the storm of man, guess what? It's not. It's not. I recently had to do a lot of reflecting with my new current job that I have. A lot of reflecting. Like last night, I worked my first double ever. I'm almost 40. See, I can't even fucking 40. Y'all get it. We as society sadly are assholes. Well, yeah, I mean, it happens. So we have to. Yesterday, I fell asleep. I fell asleep because I was tired. For the first time in a long time, I fell asleep because I had worked so hard, not only spiritually, personally, and because I knew I had to work this, that, these, and those, because it was a new thing for me. And this is what happens in the storm of man also. We have these new levels that we get involved in. If we have to talk about it, we have to talk about these things. We have to talk about skulls. We got to talk about lizards in your house. I don't know how many of y'all have lizards in your house recently. My wife called me the other day and said, I got a lizard. There's a lizard. And I picked it up and took it outside. Now, if that was a snake, I'd be like, hey, Jeremy York, wherever you are, you need to come get this son of a bitch. I'm not touching it. Or call the cop down the street. I wouldn't touch it. We all react to things differently. We all react to things differently. And so when you don't have a physical form anymore, people react to that differently. People have a hard time. I'm gonna tell you a brief story real quick. So y'all know I lost my cat Avalon. Don't know where that cat went, right? I was online the other day and I was on this thing called the neighborhood or the network or something. I don't know. Some Nextdoor. I was on Nextdoor. And the cat looked exactly like Avalon. I mean, looked at on the picture, it looked like Avalon. I was like, oh shit. But it's like 3 miles away. And I was like, well, I doubt that's my cat, but I'm still gonna go. It wasn't my cat, right? But it was a cat who needed a home. So I've never had a cat be evasive with me ever. I've never had an animal ever be really evasive with me. I've had cats and animals be violent with me, but never evasive with me. I'm getting to what this has to do with the Storm of Man in a second. Because my wife's a genius. I already said that, but I'm going to say it again. So I get the cat. We're trying to get the cat. I'm like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Lady's like, oh, the cat. And I'm like, oh, shit. Cat showed up at her house. Spirit walks right in. Remember, medium walks right in, and I have my morals and my obligations. I have to say, I'm a medium. This is what I do, blah, blah. And I tell the person, and I say, oh, yeah, well, that guy has an older man around, blah, blah. And people who don't know about mediumship, when they hear it, they're like, wait, what the hell just happened? What's going on? I'm really confused. You talk to the dead people? We, as a society, sadly, are assholes, as Jeremy York said. No, yes, I talked to those who passed away and are no longer here and have decided to stay around. And this one person, we were talking about cats, and I was talking about spirits, and I was telling them about a paranormal story that I experienced. And I said, so I went on this investigation. We went out to the boonies, right? And also the bad boonies, not the good boonies of the town that I live in. And when we drove out there, every house on every corner had a cat. Every one. For some people will know this, some people won't. Cats are spirit protectors. They protect you from bad spirits. They also protect good spirits, right? They've been around since Egypt in the spiritual community. They're very, very powerful things, animals. So I was telling her about the cat situation. And she's like, well, we have this cat that lived with us. But the cat, it's my son's cat. And the cat lives over here in her son's room. I was like, oh, this okay, I'm gonna get to that, Tim. So I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't even think, because once you're getting this program mind of like you can't tell people you're a medium or you can't say anything. Like teachers do this, there's these values and everything we have to have, but some people don't. The world is different now after Corona, and now the Transformer Metacron that's coming in. The world's different. It's a fucking different place. So I just said, you know what? I'm a medium, and I can tell you some stuff. I think that's what I said. I might have not said that. I might have said something else. I'm a human being. Sometimes I fuck up, like us all. So I said something to the effect of, yeah, there's an old lady. And I saw in my head, I didn't see the physical form. There was no physical body. There was no pictures of this woman. I just saw, I said, this woman and she's a little bit bigger. She's about this high. She's in that room. And she takes care of so-and-so. And she's like, oh my God, that's so-and-so. And I was like, oh, okay. Spirit never came and talked to me. I'm going to tell y'all something. As a medium, sometimes that fucking sucks. We see it. Right? Hey, how you doing? You doing good? Fantastic. Hey, why don't you come over here? Come on, come on. So, Don, I would be very reluctant to say anything. And this is, I tell people, mediums, intuitives, everything. What we say is going to come back to bite us in the ass. Okay? People who are what are called the declarers, right? The declarers who have these declarations, right? Who are like, oh my God. That's why when I say it, I try to do it humorously with entertainment purposes. And I'd be like, hey, it's going to be like Star Trek. We're going to shoot somebody in the sky, boom. And people are like, whoo, follow. Follow. So anyway, but I'm talking about this lady. So I had my first, since I've been taking a break from mediumship and a break from intuitiveness. I think we all need to do that, especially with this new job. I just don't have the time. You know, I don't have the time. And we all don't have the time. And these storms of life and storms of man, we don't have the time. You know, my wife today, she was like, we're talking about the cat that I eventually brought home, and the cat bolted. I was with the cat for probably like 10 minutes, right? And then the cat got up, looked at me, and went, boom, and ran to the backyard. Well, I was afraid because the dog's in the backyard, and dogs sometimes don't like cats. It's just a thing. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. Anyway, so I'm out again walking because God, for some reason, wants me out walking every night. So I started walking every night after work. And sometimes you hear me go meow 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 meow, right? Thinking, oh, the cat's gonna come, either Avalon's gonna come, or the cat's gonna come, right? Last night I walk out and I thought it was a snake. I about shat myself. I was like, what in the? I looked over. It was like, boom, cat sliding in. Now this is the thing about This is the thing about weird cat. I call him Excalibur Midnight. I call him Scally Midnight. That's what I call him. Her. I don't even know if it's him or her. I don't know. I don't know. I just call him Excalibur Midnight. I call it Scally Midnight. Well, you can't be scared. You can protect yourself and you protect your loved ones, right? You have to stand. You got to stand for something, or you'll fall for anything. Aaron Tippin, right? If you haven't heard that song, just go Aaron Tippin. God, if you don't, won't stand for something, just fall for anything, right? But let's go back to this crystal gold card. So anyway, I was in this woman's house, and beautiful house, and something said, hey, she took care of this cat. She needs a thank you from the universe. She needs to know that she's being acknowledged. So I had some money in my pocket, and I gave it to her. I gave it to her because she had taken this cat. She could have called, the people, right? She could have done whatever. She didn't. She took care of the cat. Then she let me have the cat and didn't even charge me for the cat. Gave me a kennel to take the cat home with, but then the cat bolted. But now the cat's outside, but won't come to me. Excalibur Midnight won't come to me. It's like Excalibur and King Arthur, right? You have to earn the way to pull the sword out. That's how I'm looking at it right now. That's how I'm looking at it. So let's finish this card. When humanity raises its vibration, this is the shit you can't make up. The 13th was a higher frequency, amethyst skull, containing all the information of Atlantis, and is no longer in its physical form. We already talked about that. When humanity raises its vibration, it will rematerialize to assist the energy of Atlantis to return. Now, let me just tell you, if we get that good as a human being race, like if we get like the Gene Roddenberry kind of like humanity where we don't need money, right? Where we can say thank you and it won't have to have something in it. Hello, Charles Rudd. Hello, Charles Rudd. Hello, Dawn. Hello, Dawn. Hello, everyone. Get on that ship. I love what y'all are saying. Thank y'all so much. But when humanity raises its vibration, it will rematerialize to assist the energy of Atlantis to return. I mean, come on. Like, that tells you, like, people always talking about the return, like in the movies too, right? How many times they leave that? It's the return of the, oh, he didn't say that, did he? You know, I mean, like the Eminem line, right? But it's the truth. It's the return of. It's the return of. In a conversation, in the storms of mankind, how many times do we hear is, well, if that returns, if it gets back to that way, where people don't even know how to communicate, where they don't even have to say thank you, where they don't have to say please, where's the world going to go? The return. People are scared of the past because the past is a lesson book. It's a lesson book. And if we don't learn from the past, then guess what? We are damned to repeat it. How are we going to have the great majesty of learning the unknowns, and the unknowns being unveiled to us, like something out of a Dan Brown novel, right? If you have not watched The Lost Symbol on Peacock, I highly recommend it. I have to finish it. It's very, very good. I also just finished Money Heist on Netflix. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see a masterpiece of humanity, holy shit. It's really, really good. All right, so I'm going to finish this Crystal Skull card. Your guidance is that there is a mystery waiting to unfold, for much is yet unknown. Perhaps new information is to come to you, or old memories. I mean, this is fucking crazy. Or ancient wisdom may surface to your conscious awareness. I mean, come on, right? Meditation would help you facilitate this. I bet it would. This is what I used to meditate. This is what I used to meditate right here. Big piece of pyrite. It's just so shiny. So shiny. If you don't focus in on it, you're like, ooh, my precious, my precious. I can't do the voice, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. Meditation would help to facilitate this. Be cautious about making a decision, for you do not have the whole picture. A mystery is waiting to unfold. A mystery is waiting to unfold. So what does that mean to us? What does that mean? What does that mean? The mystery is going to unfold. How many times have we been sitting there and we have a guy behind us, like this guy right here, or these dragons right here, right? How many times we had the situation where something is right in front of us and we don't and listen. People say, you know what? You might want to be a little nicer, because that guy's going to be your boss one day. And you're like, that's no way. That's not going to happen. That person's not my boss. Not going to happen. I'm sorry. Love you, but not my boss, okay? Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. And then guess what happens? Some bitch becomes your boss. Don't tempt fate. People are just doing it left and right, especially after Corona. People are just like, and I can't even say after Corona, because now we have the Transformer that's here, right? You know, and we have people that are just like, I watched this great thing on the cancel culture, and I'll probably get canceled for talking about cancel culture, and that's what's going to happen. People are going to start raising up and being like, hey, some of this shit's just wrong. It's just fucking wrong. Like, that person did it, this person did it, that person did it, and they even said thank you. And then somebody comes in and says, but they didn't say thank you with a smile. They said thank you with a grimace. Well, I'm going to say thank you with a grimace too, if I have to give you $1 million. Marriage. Ain't that some funny shit? How many of y'all ever felt like you gave in your marriage that you maybe have to give $1 million over? Can you imagine when you're a big celebrity, right? And one of the things that happens when you think it's going to be about relaxation, we'll get to that card too in a second. When you think about it being about relaxation, it's more about the silence, right, than the marriage. So let's talk about what the marriage says. Let's just see. If a couple wanted to marry in the golden Atlantis, a priest would examine their auras to ascertain that they were spiritually and emotionally compatible. Can y'all imagine that shit? Can you imagine if you had to have a priest or priestess or someone of high spiritualism come in and investigate your aura or the significance of your friend's aura, of your loved one's aura? Man, if this is not in a movie, this shit needs to be in a movie. Right? I just want to say that. Like, let's look at it. No ring. Okay, to ascertain that they were spiritually and emotionally compatible. Spiritually and emotionally compatible. Nothing about physically compatible. That says something there. That says something. How many times do relationships go, oh, the sex is great. That's why the sex is great. I can learn to like this person. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you. Right? Everything, like you're just, after a long day at work, this person just makes me feel, right? But here's the thing. No ring or other symbol was exchanged, for they considered that no one could own or limit another in this plane of free will. I should start pulling these cards and making jokes. I'll probably have to pay Diana Cooper like a sum of money, $1 million down the line. But, this is some funny shit right here. Marriage was a sacred, lifelong commitment to provide a stable environment for children. Yes. Yes, I can see that. They wished to ensure that a child's upbringing was balanced by both masculine and feminine energy in formative years. Can you imagine if we were in this storm of man, right? And then all of a sudden, someone said, you know what? We're going to make sure that every child born has fair masculine and fair feminine balance. I'll probably get canceled for that. Right? But if they had fair female and masculine, not just one or the other, another, right? If they had the balance, the yin and the yang. They wish to ensure their child's upbringing was balanced by both masculine and feminine energy in the formative years. Holy shit. Holy shit. The formative years. Whoo. Woo. Aren't we in the formative years right now? I think we're in the formative years of a new world. I really do. I truly believe it. I was talking to somebody the other day about how life gets really complicated. And they're like, hey, you think this shit's complicated? Just you wait. Shit's coming. Someone said they really feel like something bad's going to happen. So I'm going to tell you, I was following this volcano over in La Palma. I haven't really looked at it in a long time. Because I was looking at it, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, I got caught up in it. I got caught up in like, oh my God, that volcano is going to explode and we're all going to be, I'm going to spill Coke on my white floors. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Hold on one second, because I spilled Coke on my white floors. I have to. In a marriage, there's convenience and commitment, and you're committed that even when you make a mess and you have other commitments, guess what you have to do? You have to clean shit up. You have to clean shit up. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. The blessing is you find a napkin on the floor and you can move your foot and clean a lot of it up. That's a thing. And you can move your little screen over, okay? Right? And you can put one of your Ooga rags down, right? You can do that. It's going to get dirty. It's going to get stained, right? But it's okay. It's okay, because marriage of commitment. Committing to not keeping a mess in your house. And I'm still doing the show, and I'm still cleaning. Now, let me tell you, that's duality. But here's the thing. We have to have the duality, because we don't have the duality. I know, Dawn, I know I'm in trouble. Y'all don't have to put that shit in. All right, but we're going to talk about the marriage. Okay, not just marriage in general. Okay. Bringing up the future generation was understood to be a great spiritual responsibility. Can you imagine? Now, I just want y'all to look at this. Okay, here's a spiritual thing, right? if your loved one, if your child came to you, right, and said this, Mom, Dad, I had to have my significant other checked out to see if we are spiritually and emotionally capable of existing together. Holy shit. I'm just telling you right now. How many of us would have gotten married if we could have actually, like, if people would be like, you know what, spiritually and emotionally, both of them, I got you. Sometimes you're spiritually connected, right, because you were emotionally connected, right? I was lucky that I didn't think I'd ever find anybody, right? I think a lot of us have felt like that. We're like, I'm just a pyrite skull sitting on a shelf. No one's gonna buy me sitting on a shelf. And then someone talked about crystal skulls, and they're like, ooh, I'm a pyrite skull. Boo boo, I'm a pyrite skull. And that's how its vibration rises. I was lucky enough to find somebody, and we found each other at the same time, that we were compatible both in the spiritual. All right, we'll get to that in a second, Dawn. That she knew how to make me better, and I knew how to make her better. But we didn't know that at the time. We just knew that, hey, we tolerate each other, and we love each other. Learning love is a very hard thing in the storm of man. Learning love. I can't tell you how people have said, you know what, that girl, and you, that's a miracle. Let me tell you, like, you should be thanking God every day on your hands and knees. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Because not a lot of people can put up with your shit. That's what this is. Someone comes in and can say, hey, I'm looking at your aura. And you have this happen a lot of times in, like, readings too. This is what I really get, really annoys me at times about some people who are readers and stuff. They start thinking they know about auras, and they start thinking they know about Reiki, and they start thinking they know about spiritualism, and they start thinking about this and that because they can make money doing it. We're not governed, which is a good and a bad thing. But can you imagine if someone was a heart doctor and was something, you know what? There's no regulations on you. There's no regulations on you. So back to Dawn's topic about how your mother has abilities. Okay. And no one's good enough for you. That's a double header for you because, one, she's not going to let people come into your life that are going to destroy your life. She's not. She's not. Or she won't stand for it for a long time. Yes, they do. A whole lot of parents do have that ability, and they stand by. I was lucky that my siblings, they're very gifted. God, and I had this rule, and it's a rule I learned in one of my classes. Don't talk about some people don't like to be outed on national, on international, whatever programming. But my family's very gifted. I have a friend who's extremely gifted. But you would never in a million years, like, this person would never be like, oh, I'm gifted. I want help. No, that person is just really, really gifted. They can tell things about people. They know how to find the blessing. Wow. Okay. One more card and I'm done. The water. All right. So we got some cards to play with. All right. But yeah, so I still think it's funny as hell if someone came in and said, hey, Mom, I got to have somebody come read my aura so I can get married. That's a sitcom. If I ever write a sitcom, I'm putting that shit in there in a heartbeat. Hey, Mom, I have to have somebody come over read my aura to see if we're spiritually connected, if we're spiritually going to work together. I don't know. I just think it's all right. Whew. All right. So that was interesting. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. I so much appreciate it. Like and share this video with your friends, your fellows, your countrymen, your enemies, your lovers, your. There's so many different words happening now. You don't even know what they are. You're like, I don't know what you. I'm confused. All right, but let's just pull. So we got the marriage. So let's see what the marriage card at the end says. Your guidance is to commit yourself to something. So, hello, Christy. How are you? Well, I'm going to tell y'all, I think that sometimes it's a flip flop on that because women know about the young men. They know because the young men, like, you don't want them to become assholes. And women the same way. You don't want the women to become the bitches, right? So flip. I think it can work either way. But I think the mothers are protective of their boys and daddies are protective of the baby girls. But I think it's all balance. I think it's equilibrium. It's yin and yang. I think it can work both ways. I know a lot of people who have a lot of mothers who are more protective of their sons because they don't want their sons to be beep beeps and I know a lot of fathers who are protective of their daughters. Wait, did I say that wrong? Probably said that wrong. Y'all get the point. I'm not gonna Spider-Man this. So your guidance is to commit yourself to something, a project, your home, family, work, or relationship. Commitment is a powerful contract that will focus your energy to enable your intent to flourish. Right. Well, look at this. Anybody hurts anybody. That's the problem that we have. If your friends get hurt, how many of y'all have had a friend that got hurt, right? And you don't know. You don't know how to react to that person getting hurt. Some people have to walk away because they would really go the beast incarnate on somebody's ass, right? If they knew. Some others get really involved and too involved. And they start digging. You know what they say when you go for revenge, you make two holes. You make two holes. I was watching a movie the other day. I think it was The Great TV series. If you're not watching The Great on Hulu, I highly recommend it. And person's getting ready to have a baby, right? And one of the ceremonies in this culture, I guess, was that the father had to make two graves. And at first, I was like, "That's fucking morbid." Like, what about people who have lost children? All this kind of stuff is fucking like, whew. But then I thought about it. When a mother is in, when she's giving birth, and the man's there, and people who like to be in control, like my wife informed me recently, I like to be in control of things. Like the cat now is not letting me be in control. Scally Midnight is not letting me be in control. Right? So we have to learn how to let go. We have to learn how to let go and say thank you to the universe, and not to go and just count the cash automatically. We don't have to count the cash. It says thank you. It feels full. Right? Just be grateful. Be grateful. So your guidance is to commit yourself. Commit yourself to saying thank you. Commit yourself to saying you're welcome. Commit yourself to knowing your friend's birthday. Commit yourself to knowing every family member's birthday, right? I say this to myself too, because sometimes if I didn't have the reminders, I'd be like, what the fuck? Some people who are significant in your life, you automatically remember their birthday. Automatically, like, oh my God, it's their birthday. Oh my God, it's their anniversary. Oh my God, it's this. Oh my God, it's that. Right? And you have this fertile brain. And some people are like, what? How do you remember all this stuff? Or why do you care? here's another thing. When people care too much, it gets in that way of being like, my birthday is April 6th, 1982. My birthday. Thank you for asking. Anyway, here's your sign. I'm not telling somebody else's gimmick. But that's the thing. So you guys just commit to yourself. Go commit to yourself. Commit to your fellow man. Commit and say, hey, I want you to have a good day today. That man might say, or that woman might say, awesome. Or they might say, fuck you. Now I'm not, now I think if any good's going to come, it's not because of me. It's because you said have a good day. I'm confused. Like this is what happens in the storms of man. So Tim says, I automatically show and give respect. It's up to them to keep it. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, Tim. And I might need a shovel here. So here we go. I got one. Thanks to Autumn over at Journey there. This is kind of like my shovel. Click, click, click. Right? So I'm ready to dig. Also got my knife. Right? Ready to dig. Right? How do we as a people come together and automatically say, I give respect, and I automatically know how to show it? And that goes back to the whole thing of people being how they're raised and everything, right? And the storm of man, though, guess what? Sometimes people aren't raised right. Their form of respect is I'm not going to get in your damn business. It's not my damn business. I'm not going to do it. It's not my boom. And you may think, or that person, Tom, Dick, Harry, Sally, Joe, Mo, Toe, Co, Bart, whatever, may think that if I don't show some kind of like acknowledgement of this, then guess what? I don't give a shit. How many of y'all have had that situation? You're in an investigation, right? And you have somebody come into somebody's house and they don't wipe their feet. I told my wife the other day that when my kids are old enough, I have one, I'm going to put a sign on the door, outside door that said, take your hat off and wipe your feet before you come in my home. And my wife, this face of horror just went over her face. Because one thing I remember, my dad would always tell me, take your hat off when you walk into my house and wipe your feet. And knock on the door. Don't just walk into my home, even if I know you. Even if you have a damn key. Knock on the door. You don't know what I'm doing. You have no idea what I'm doing in here. You have no idea. I could be playing old Nintendo, crying my eyes out because my youth is gone. Oh my God, I'm so old now. I don't know. You have no idea. Why I say this is people need to start learning how to respect. Well, look what does Christy say. So here we go. Newsflash. Christy says, well, and culturally speaking, their traditions may be far different than ours. Some cultures find it disrespectful to shake their wives' hands or even touch them. So we may lack understanding of their traditions. Yes. If, like I always walked in front of people. I have done this my whole life. I was dating somebody at the time, and she was like, walk beside me. I was like, no, I'm always walking in front of you. She's like, why? And I was like, because if someone comes at you, I'm there. Even though I'm like a buck, at the time I was like a buck, like 45, maybe 50, like, and no muscle whatsoever. And I think a lot of people who are investigators have that thing about family. Either they find the family outside of the family. Like you'll have people who come in, right, as investigators, and they're like, oh my God, I can see this person really loved the house. How many women can say, and men can say this too, I'm not trying to, don't cancel me yet. Don't give me the big C, right? But how many people, a woman can walk in a house, right? And she can say, oh, someone really took care of this house. They know. It's just a thing. A man can walk in the house and can say, a man really took care of this house. All the lights are up to date. And this sexist comments, I know, because people will say women can do the same thing. They can, and they do. I'm very well aware. I'm talking about what some people might say. And the reason why is we got to stop assuming about sexes. We have to stop assuming about communication and how we communicate with people. If I shake your hand and you're offended because I shake your hand, just because your culture, which I respect, right? Right. You have to understand that my culture is shaking your hand. And so I also know that you don't have a knife or a gun or anything under here, right? That's why people toasted. Y'all know that, right? The reason why toast came in is so they made sure you couldn't poison somebody. They could see also if there were daggers or knives. So we put your hand up, they could see because the sleeves were longer back then. So investigators walk into a house, right? This sounds like a bad joke, but I'm going to tell y'all. I've seen it. No matter the reason why a lot of soldiers become investigators in paranormal, shit don't scare them. They've seen it all. They've seen shit that we can't even imagine. You tell me a dragon walks into a fucking room like this, like soldiers are like, "Hi, how you doing? Cool. I'm gonna sketch you. Is that okay?" Doctors, same way. People who see shit on a regular basis, which blows your mind. Teachers, right? You think that scares me? Lord, you have no idea. I work at a call center. Your voice? I've had people, right? We've all had that situation. We've all had that marriage of convenience. We've been investigators and we're married into convenience, right? My spouse is coming with us an investigation because this person's there, right? They may not even like investigating, but they're there. But they're there because they also serve a purpose. We have to have balance. In these storms, we have to have balance. We've got to find it. That's how you keep the peace. You've got to say, hey, you know what? The blessing. Let's go with the blessing card. You have the ability to pour the divine energy into anyone or anything by the power of your intention. Blessing beautifully the crystal formations within the water and light up the cellular structures of all creatures. Can you imagine? Now, just imagine if you were sitting there with your loved one, right? As you were getting aligned and understanding, hey, we're spiritually and we're emotionally connected. The physical stuff, that doesn't matter. How you look, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But as long as we're spiritually and emotionally connected. And then they throw this line at you: blessing the beautify the crystal formations within water and light up the cellular structure of all creatures. Well, that's pretty fucking hot. That's some hot dialogue right there. In the Golden Atlantis, people constantly channeled divine blessings to their friends, families, animals, and plants. If we started coming together and channeling, right? I'm watching this show right now, The Wheel of Time. If you aren't watching The Wheel of Time on Amazon, I highly recommend it. It takes a little while to get into. And every time they say channeling, I'm like, wait, what are you channeling? I'm intrigued. Let me go and see what you're channeling. When I think channeling, I think connecting with spirit, writing, blah, blah, blah. When I channel for about 3 or 4 hours. When I do my deep dives, I'm researching. I've got books and everything. So, looking at things. Blessings. This is about blessings, channeling blessings. Can you imagine if we all like all 7 of us tonight said, you know what, I'm going to channel blessings for 7 people for the next 7 days. Let's do it. Let's challenge each other. 7 days. Everybody here right now, even if you don't know each other, every day this week, we're going to have the 7-day challenge, which is you're going to channel good energy, Care Bear stare the hell out of it. Boom, boom, Let's do this thing. We're gonna channel some love and some light. We're gonna get down. We're gonna have fun tonight. Give blessings while we channel. Right? So, 7-day challenge. We're gonna channel, right? And it's 8, well, because me included, because it's boom, eight people. So the 8 people gonna have fun tonight as we channel tonight. Gonna rock and roll all night. Okay, I'll stop. But anyway, your guidance, ladies and gentlemen, is to now it's 8 people. Look at that shit. Oh, thank you. That makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. All right. So now it's 9. But we're going to channel for everybody. We're going to say, I don't know you from Adam or Eve. And you don't know me, but guess what? Just like that cat out there at Suit's house that we have, Suit has to learn for that cat to trust him. Right? We have to learn how to trust one another. We have to learn how to trust ourselves. We have to learn how to have, look at this. Oh, I can't make this shit up. Love of animals. Like, come on now. And the pools of energy. Ha ha! And cooperation. And then fun. And then gratitude. Ending in balance. Holy shit. This is a shit you can't make up. This is why I would tell people when I was doing mediumship readings and the public sphere, I would say, I wish I had it taped. I wish I had some of this shit taped, because the reactions from my face and their face, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that you talk about like that. He didn't like, so it's just amazing. I'm so grateful for you. I can't tell you how grateful I am. Your guidance is to bless everyone you meet today. Blessings, silent or aloud, allow a divine light to flow from you to others, whether friends, enemies, or strangers. Holy shit. Can y'all imagine if we just went out there like this? Like, hey, strangers, I know y'all having a shitty day. The Transformer virus is here. And we just want to get ready so they don't cancel Spider-Man. Because people have paid $25,000 for a ticket. That shit blows my mind. I'm sorry. Then you got to think. You got to think like, blessings to you all. Yes, Jeremy, because I can't say that what people are otherwise calling it, because they now have called it Metacron, which I think of Unicron. When I think Metacron, well, Jeremy, it could be. You could turn into a machine. We could have like an iRobot situation. Or, it could be like Star Trek Picard, where Picard is no longer a human. Well, spoilers! Picard's no longer a human. This touches them with love and helps to open up their hearts. Open up your hearts. Let blessings happen to and fro. Well, they skipped a few letters because they didn't want to offend anybody. That's what I heard the other day. And they wouldn't say it. This is what pissed me off at the news. Apparently, they flip-flopped through some letters because they went through A, B, C, D, E, F, right? I'm like, A, B, C, D, fuck you. Like, But here's the thing. I want to tell y'all, there's a show on Netflix right now called True Story. And if you have not watched True Story, Kevin fucking Hart, whoever is a part of his team, who's ever saying, Kevin, this is a good project for you. It's probably Kevin himself. But Kevin would probably say, no, it's not. It's my team. Like, my team helped me pick the right shows. I don't know. I don't know Kevin Hart, but he's a very inspirational person on a lot of terms. Because go watch his thing about cancel culture. Watch Dave Chappelle's thing about cancel culture. Like, come on. How can we've had people dying of viruses. We have people who are broke. We've got barges that are stuck out at sea that people can't come in. I don't know if y'all gone to the grocery store lately. But blessings we all need, because my cats don't have food. On the shelves, they ain't there. My Chewy order, I didn't get my cat food last month. Well, now, Jeremy, we can't talk about that kind of stuff because who knows who's listening. All right, that sounded very conspiracy theory of you, Seth David Healy. I'm not being conspiracy theory. I'm just saying, like, you never know. You never know. You have people who are being put on trial because of something they said in a damn show like this. Like, I mean, it's crazy. Life's crazy. So bless the food, bless the water, animals and trees, knowing that you are lighting up the world around you. So this 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, whatever, we want y'all to send those blessings. Here's the thing. I want this shared. We're going to say 30 shares. Okay? 30 shares. Next week, we're manifesting a 7. So 7 plus 7 is 14. Right? I'm not a mathematician. I tell people that every day at work. So I would have said this, ma'am, I'm sorry, I'm not a mathematician. And sorry, sir, ma'am, I'm not, no. Right? I'm not going to do it. It wouldn't be prudent. Can't do it. Wouldn't be prudent. All right? Love of animals. This card just sort of flies up, so we can keep saying it. In the golden Atlantis, the people were aware that animals incarnate on Earth to learn, experience, and teach, just as humans do. Holy shit. So not only are animals teaching us shit, are we learning? Can you imagine if we went into the classroom and there was Mr. Wolf and Mr. Bear and Mr. Fox and they were teaching us shit? Well, let me tell you. You think it's bad out here for you? Are people hunting you? No, not yet. They hunt us. They hunt us every day. Animals were honored and respected as equals, and everyone communicated telepathically with them. Some of them came to serve us. And I think also some people are of service, right? They are of service. They are of service, right? They are of service. And they that's how they work. Consider what you are learning from it and maintain an attitude of harmlessness as you telepathically offer greetings. Stay open for a response, a message, or a sense of connection for animal wishes to communicate something that will help you. Learn from the animal that is you. That's not what it says, but you know what they say about the wolf, like political animal, right? We're political. We're animals. We're so stay open for a response, a message, or a sense of connection. For an animal wishes to communicate something that will help you. Wow, that's intense. Okay. Relaxation. We're almost out of time. The cell of your body hold the blueprint for your perfect health, happiness, and spiritual destiny. Now, y'all will get me in trouble. My wife's going to be like, hey, you started that damn conspiracy line. So when they come knock on our door, I'm going to say, I don't know you. Toot, toot, toot. I'll be like, wait, you don't know me? But all my shit's here. I don't know you. I don't know you. I'm just an intuitive at a call center. I'm just an intuitive at a call center. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, there you go. So they also hold the full potential of your spiritual and psychic gifts. I hate that word. I hate the word psychic. I don't mean that to offend anybody because it's a way that people market themselves. But I think when you say psychic, it automatically people are like, oh my God, that shit on TV. So when you come in, you can tell me everything, right? No, that's not how that works. Mediumship the same way. Oh my God, you can walk into a house and you can have spirit. No, because spirit decides to talk to you. I don't think people understand this about mediumship. And it really pisses me off. You have to understand that to communicate, to receive, you have to be open. If you're not open, then you're going to be closed. So learn how to Learn how to relax. It helps you. If you choose this card, your guidance is to let go and relax. For busyness and stress, block your divine essence. Breathe deeply so that the cells of your body can release your full divine potential. And since it's almost 10, we'll go with the silence. And we'll pull some of these cards for next week, too. It is only in the silence that we can truly connect with the awesomeness of all that is. Is? What is? The people of the Golden Atlantis, who were enlightened beings, we have to ask people, who? Enlightened beings, yay! Splendid, enlightened beings, yay! There's enlightened beings. I'm so excited. Clap, 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 as my son does. Clap, clap, clap. Right. Now every time I see my son go clap, clap, I think the monkey going do, do, do. To make sound and vibration. Clap, clap, clap. We have to learn. Yes, Dawn, you are correct. And this is what a lot of people have to understand who have places where businesses are, where if you are employing mediums or intuitives, or if you are employing holistic workers or everything, it does not always work. I was lucky enough to be in a place where the person knew that. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. But that means that they don't pay you either. Right? Supply and demand. We have to learn it. In the metaphysical world, you go up north. I think Jeremy can talk about this. Tim, I don't know exactly where you're located. Don, I don't know where you're located. Chrissy, I have no idea where you're located as well. But you go up north, and you have all these old places, right? You have all these old places. You have the respect for these old places. There's these teams that are built, that have been around because they know, they just know shit. Well, Tim, out in the boot. Well, I went to school in Winona, Minnesota. Well, I used to be able to do a Winona accent. I can't do it anymore. But yeah, so they led a quiet, relaxed, and very compact life, constantly attuned to the highest. So if we this week at 8, that's amazing to put 8 fingers up, 8 people watch. Wow, that's awesome. Let's get 10 before 10. Can we do that? Let's do it. 10 people watching before 10. Can we do it? Can we do it? Yes, we can. Can we do it? Yes, we can. We'll see. So receiving this card indicates that you are called on to spend some time in contemplation or meditation. And as I say 10, it goes to 7. If possible, go somewhere in nature where you can be still and peaceful. So let's do that. This week, guys, let's go out and let's be calm and peaceful with one another. As the Transformer virus bears its head down, just bearing its head. And people are like, we just got out, man. We just got out. You're watching TikTok videos like I am. I haven't tried doing the TikToks yet, but I guess that's going to happen because I'm almost 40 and why the fuck not? So, people coming down, people like, fuck the person, maybe put mask on again. The shit's happening again. Bad shit is happening again. To what level it happens, it's all going to depend on us and how we send out the love and the light and how we dance under the moonlight with the devil in the pale moonlight. If y'all can name that movie, have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? Who can name it? Who can name it? Anybody besides Jeremy? Who can name it? Who can name it? Well, there we go. Batman. It's a car, right? Chick take the car. Receiving this card indicates that you are called on to spend some time in contemplation or meditation, as we just said. If possible, go somewhere in nature where you can be still and peaceful. Remember that you can more readily access your inner wisdom where it is silent. Then we're going to finally end with cooperation. Or we'll end with fun. We'll end with fun. We need to have some fun before we go, right? Make sure y'all stay tuned for the next person show. I don't have the schedule in front of me. Jeremy, who's on next? Anyone but me. Anyone but me. In the golden Atlantis, the people enjoyed simple fun and laughter. They love to play games and sports, dance, and socialize. Don't we just love to do that? So Jeremy, can I go longer? Jeremy, can I go longer? Hey, bald man, is Greg what? Okay, check real quick. We just check real quick. All right, good. All right. So we got to have fun. We got to open those ghost boxes. So make sure that y'all are watching Greg because he comes on after me usually, but I don't know if he's on tonight. But make sure you're following everybody. Make sure you're following Rosie. Make sure you're following Howard. Make sure you're following Jeremy. Everybody's on the shows. Make sure you're watching them. I have to get the replays because I work till like 12 o'clock at night every night, except for Sunday. So at the same time, look at your challenges from a higher perspective and take delight in all the good in the world. I make you smile? Oh, that's so exciting. Thank you. I make you smile. Thank you. I make you smile. Woo-hoo! I want people to start sending me like screenshots of these with like words of my craziness. Like craziness. Like somebody probably craziness. So we need to have fun. This card suggests that you build leisure time into your life. Wow. Can you imagine if we built leisure time into our life? That was we got to build leisure time into our life. We got the positive, like, I've told y'all why the positive vibe is because you can't, if I'm out there putting negative, then someone's gonna come and say, you know what, Sid Taylor? Yes, Greg, we're gonna Care Bear stare to Greg at Ghostbox Live. So we're gonna send Care Bear stare. Ready? Here we go. Ready. Be the chain so you can transform. Pow! Right? All right, isn't he in? I see it in the messages that he's taking off tonight. Isn't that right? All right, so all right, that's fine. Who wants me to keep on going on? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get 11 viewers. Is what we're gonna do. 11, because we're having fun tonight. Let's have some fun tonight as we talk about Atlantis. I really have never opened these cards before. I mean, I've had them, and I've used them, but I never actually read them. So this card suggests you build leisure into your life. Plan to have fun and do things that enable you to relax and laugh. Holy shit. How many of y'all want to relax and laugh? I wish, like after last night when I fell asleep and I woke up, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get fired. The first thing that came to my mind, I'm going to get fired. My wife's going to kill me because I fell asleep. We have these fear mentalities that if we fucking up as a human being, then we're either going to get canceled or fired. You don't believe me? It has now been put out in the universe that if you help somebody in a trying time, you will second guess yourself. If your family member did something crazy, right? Politically, socioeconomically, right? and you were being a brother or a sister or an aunt or an uncle or a mother or a father, then you, yes, you, could be held responsible and canceled. People in the know what I'm talking about, but it's fucking crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Powerful people that you would never think in a million years getting canceled, right? Can you imagine if George Carlin was out now? If George Carlin was out now, I would love for his take on this. This is some fucking crazy shit. I'm afraid to go walk out and say something. I'm afraid to talk about aliens on my show. Why? Because someone might come in and say, you called us alien. I actually heard on TV the other night that someone said if we call them aliens, it might be the wrong term. But y'all sit with that. That'd be like me coming in and being like, hey, now my hair is gonna be all crazy because I'm still getting used to working on camera like this. Now it's gonna annoy me. Okay, we go. Better. All right. So this card suggests you build leisure into your life. At the same time, look at your challenges from a higher perspective. So as you're on that Sisyphean cliff, right, and you push that boulder up all the way, and you know that you could push it off. You know that shit. You know it. You can make a big splash. You could go. No, Jan, I won't have long hair. I've had that. I've had those days. It will never happen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. No, 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 no. The beard gets me enough, man. The beard gets me enough. At the same time, look at your challenges from a higher perspective and take delight in all the good in the world. Can we get so is the shit getting deeper up there, Tim? Is that what's happening? Because now everybody who has a cold will have Metacron. Watch, this is what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Cancel me if you want, but that's the truth. Everybody has a cold. Be like, I might have the Transformer virus. Jesus. The world is getting crazy. The pools of energy are running rampant. And we, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I say pools of energy is that's the card we have right here, the pools of energy, so we're going to pull it. When the final experiment of Atlantis was established, ooh, shit. The final experiment of Atlantis. Talk about a movie. Can you imagine if you were doing a movie about Atlantis, right? And you did all these different things. And the one scene was, Mom, I need to have the priest come check us out to see if we're spiritually and emotionally able to be together. I'm sorry, I still think that's funny as hell. Because the reason why I say that is a lot of people couldn't pass that test. It would not happen. You like Ole Miss? You like Mississippi State? Ooh, that's going to be a bad situation. Or you like Batman and you like Superman? Oh, shit. Y'all going to have complaints about spiritual and like, what is Batman but a man who just got fed up with shit and he was like Robin Hood and he's like, no, I'm going to take shit in my own hands and kick some ass and take some names and wear a mask to protect everybody around me. Like, that's crazy. Snow is a 4-letter word. Bat. 4-letter word. So we want to manifest. We want to send Greg good energy, pools of energy, so he can get back to Ghostbox Live, so he can open the box of Ghost. If y'all have not watched Ghostbusters yet, I highly recommend it. Afterlife, Ghostbusters Afterlife. One, two, three, four. Oh, snow's a 4-letter word. A 4-letter word. Bat. A bad 4-letter word. Don, you got me going crazy here. Okay. All right. So pools of energy. When the final experiment of Atlantis was established, the senior priesthood created a pool of high frequency energy, which people could access to enhance their own energy or help them manifest their visions. Can you imagine if people came together like that to help other people create their visions? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? I know what my shadow looks like, but that wasn't my shadow. Okay, fine. My investigators didn't see it. That's so the senior priesthood created a pool of high frequency energy which the people could access to enhance their own energy or help them manifest their visions. What would be your vision? What is our vision? My vision is just life to get back to some kind of like halfway decent to normalcy. Like what is, we ask for help. I don't know how people have been professional mediums or intuitives, but people ask for help on a regular basis. They're like, I just need help. I need help understanding, is this guy or this gal right for me? And that's when you pull your energy and you dive in, you go deep. Sometimes you go deep. You go deep and you have to learn how to communicate with people. Investigators, I think before anybody goes on investigation, they should take a class in communication. I think that there should be exercises people do where you go into a mock house. I know it sounds crazy, and I know people couldn't do it, but it needs to happen because how we communicate in front of people says a lot about our team. How we communicate to each other, like when I was doing it in the professional setting under someone else's umbrella, I had to not only worry about what they thought, right? The client. I had to worry about what if the client went and talked to the boss of the place, what they thought. When spiritualism, when holistic healing is all about the individual and how they receive it. Now, you might receive one way, a Reiki session. Boom, right? And you go talk to your friend Sally about it, and Sally's like, "Well, I was out in California, and that's not a Reiki session. That sounds like something out of like a Star Trek movie or a Star Wars movie or something." And it's not me. I don't know. Like, there's a light, but yeah. Spirits all around, man. Spirits all around. So this energy, these pools of energy that these Atlanteans, that Diana Cooper talks about, energy to help them manifest their visions. Later, the violet flame, and you hear this a lot too, was offered to citizens. Holy shit, someone offered something to people. This could be visualized or invoked to enable them to transmute any negativity that arose. Can y'all imagine if there was a device that people could have to communicate with the dead? Like a real device. I mean, I know there are devices, but I'm talking about it was mass populated, right? Like mass, like, it's out there, right? It's like, it's out there, right? For people. How many damn crazy appointments we would have? I think so. I gotta thank myself. I gotta thank my lucky stars sometimes that, hey, thank God that what we do is on the outer rims. But like the media now is after Ghostbusters, I would love to have done a study of how many appointments people had like in the 80s after Ghostbusters, right? Like, can you imagine if you could do this science? After Ghostbusters, how many investigations happened, right? And then after Ghost Hunters came out, how many investigations happened? After what else? Paranormal Activity, like, right? These pools of energy that are out there, if they get deep, we're gonna drown. Even the highest of the highest people, the greatest shamans, the greatest spiritual workers, if it's too much, it's fucking too much. And people have to learn how to step back and be like, hey, you know what? Not me. Not today. I love you, but not me, not today. Not me, not today. Your guidance is to call on the great cosmic pool of energy, God, universe, higher consciousness. For it is time now to manifest your dreams. So get off your asses. I was telling my wife today, I was like, um, everybody seems to be doing shit that I want to be doing. Right? And then my wife, who was so smart, she was like, so what do you think about when you were doing all this and you were either in Hollywood for 10 years and you were on movie sets and all this kind of stuff, or you were a professional intuitive medium, you had appointments almost every day, and now you're doing something you're good at, quote unquote, right? But it's challenging you and you're not happy. Uh-huh. Yes. I can be good at something all damn day long, but you have to be happy doing it. As people say, well, work is work, and it's not always supposed to be fun. You know, I always play the Ernie Ford song, 16 Tons. If you haven't heard that song, I talk about it all the time. Iron and steel. St. Peter, don't tell me because I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I don't want my soul to belong to anybody except me. Right? And I think a lot of people have this problem with possession, of feeling like they're possessed, especially in employee situations. My recent job, I've never not known who my boss was. Right? It's just weird. Like when you go into a live place, right? Like a Target, a Walmart, or something like that. You know who your supervisor is, right? You know who you probably even know who your district manager is. Like you have an idea. Like you see them. You're putting shit up on shelves. You're like, ping. Well, that's John Boy. He's from upstate. I'm talking about these pools of energy because there's so many different kinds of energies that are coming around us, and we're just getting, and we have to put these bigger boots on, and they're higher. We had to get the high waders on now because we don't know where to go in these storms of man. We don't know. We get to a point where life gets complicated really quick, and we have a hard time asking for help. We have a hard time finding that balance that we need. We have a hard time saying thank you. If we do say thank you, we're automatically like, well, I should have said more than thank you. I should have said more. Fuck, I didn't say that. I didn't say enough. I didn't say enough. This is what happens. Even when we ask for help from the cosmic, from the universe, from Christ, from galaxies far, far away, when we ask for the universal energy, when we ask for spirit to come in and they come in and you're like, oh shit, I saw it, but you didn't see it. Holy fuck, that's amazing. Right? Your guidance is to call upon the great cosmic pool of energy, your creator. It's time now to manifest your dreams. Today I thought, I'm a writer. I've been a writer my whole life. And today I was like, you know what? Come January 1st, I'm writing every day. I'm going to do it. I'm going to write every day. And if I complain that I'm not doing what I love, it's my own damn fault. No one else's fault. If you're not doing what you love, even the worst of circumstances, right? The worst of possible circumstances. We have to come together. All right, yes, all right. I'll write plays, I'll write screenplays, I'll write stuff. Yes, I'm a storyteller. I'm the intuitive storyteller. That's who I am. I do voices too. Don't you like it? I like to do voices. I am an entertainer. I was an actor for a long time. We'll get back to that too. But your guidance to call upon the great creator. Before you invoke, it's like this. It's like, remember the first time that y'all were intimate with anybody, right? Ooh, I might get canceled for this too. But okay, it's okay. First time you're intimate and you're like, ooh. Some people are like, ooh. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I don't know. I don't know the words of that song, but the point is, you're excited, you're thrilled, but before you go and you engage those situations, you make it so when you fly high into the night sky or summer sky or whatever it is, you got to put some meat on those bones. You've got to invest in yourself. You've got to manifest that magic. You got to put that. You can't just go in and not know what the hell you're doing. You can't go in unprotected. Look at that. Look at that double entendre. Boom, boom, right? But it's true. And in the storms of man, we can't go unprotected. We gotta have some protection. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. But you don't know if you like it, because when you become one thing, right? At one point, you're like, "Ooh, I like it. I love it." And then you look at your checkbook, and you're like, "Ooh." I thought I liked it. I thought I loved it. I need to control it. I like it. I love it. And then money comes back in. You're like, I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. And then these pools of energy that we just pull in. So we have to be aware of the pools of energy in these storms. It's after a great storm, these pools of energies come in. Like you have these tragedies. A lot of times after a death. I don't know if anybody, we had a lot of people, we lost a lot of people during this pandemic, right? Due to whatever and due to whatever. Just the universe said, you know what? Here's a train. You're getting on the train, and you get to go to greener pastures, right? Okay, Jeremy. Yes, that's. I kissed a girl and I liked it. Yes. Before you invoke the cosmic assistance, be still and focus on your vision. So before we lose control, right? Before we lose control, I'm going to make you lose your mind up in here, right? Be still and focus on your vision. Focus on what you want. Today, I was like, I just want to write, and maybe my son will find it one day and think it's awesome and like do something with it. Or maybe it won't. Maybe like, Dad, this is what the fuck were you thinking, Dad? I have no idea. Or somebody like Emily Dickinson, like you write and somebody discovers it and boom. But ask you a question, have we lost control? If we lose control, like if we're in an investigation, right? Or we're in a spiritual setting, and you have a conversation, right? I see this a lot. Automatically, you start talking about, I don't know, where's Howard when you need him? Where's the Petri dish when you need him? Because he could help me out here talk about something crazy, right? Right. You start talking about one thing, and someone takes that and looks it under a microscope and says, "Ooh, we'll pull this out." And you're like, "No, I was just talking about some crazy shit because we need a little break. We need a little break, right? We need a little break because everything's so serious, right?" If y'all aren't watching the Petri dish, you aren't watching Howard, make sure you're watching Howard. Make sure you're watching Hey Boo and all the other stuff too. Amazing people doing amazing things. Oh, no, Jeremy. Where is Howard? Call Howard. Why is he not watching tonight? I'm not drinking, I promise you. I'm not drinking. Only negative thoughts can hold you back. So if you start talking negative shit, this is a perfect example. If someone starts downing their product, right? I watched a great episode of Bull the other night, and this guy he faked going crazy, like losing it, because he wanted to devalue his company. He wanted to devalue his company because he wanted his family not to fight over money. He devalued their company so his family wouldn't fight over money when this company was sold and when he passed away. Are you fucking kidding me? Like that takes the the cojones of a whew, right? So we have to be aware. We have to be aware of the pools of energy we go swimming in. Just like I'm telling you, I just think it's funny. Mom, Dad, can I have the spiritual tester come over and test me and my significant other? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm being an asshole. It's always possible. And maybe I'm being jaded. That's always possible too. But only negative thoughts can hold you back. So call in to visualize the violet flame to dissolve them. Move forward now. The silence. It is only in silence that we can truly connect to the awesomeness of all that is, was, and will be. The people who were all enlightened beings knew this. They led quiet, relaxed, and contemplative lives, constantly attuned to the highest. They spoke little as they communicated telepathically. So here's my question. Can y'all imagine if we could people like I know there are people who can like do mind stuff, but like really like X-Man like telepathically. I feel like I would get lazy. I'd be like, hey, so and so, you missed a good one. Hey, so and so. And you get like a voicemail. I'm so sorry. Today is my day off. And I am no longer taking messages from you or anyone for that matter. No more. No, not at all. Not going to do it. I refuse to take messages. My brain is shut off. So they spoke little as they communicated telepathically. In those days, there were none of these noisy, vibrating cars, planes, or machinery, or as we call it, social fucking media. So the very earth was still and silent, and nature supported their divine communication because they had a connection with nature. And nature says, "Hey, nature," says, "Hey, man," and nature says, "Hey, what's up?" It says, "Hey, we're gonna get together. We're gonna have a fun time. We're gonna party hardy. We're gonna do good. We're gonna make it." I don't think so, Bridget. I really don't. I don't think if we could read minds, we'd be doing a lot better. I think we'd get in trouble because I think if we could read minds, we would be in so much shit on a regular basis. Be like, oh, but I read her mind. She said he, she, it, they said it was okay, and then no, they didn't. They didn't. They may have thought it was okay. They never said it was okay. There's two different things. Thinking's one thing, saying is another. So be aware. I tell people who think about becoming professional intuitives, psychics, mediums, whatever. The first thing I tell them is get ready because you're going to have to carry a lot of fucking water. And they're like, what do you mean? What does that mean? I'm like, well, you're going to carry a lot of water. It gets a lot. It's a very quiet world until you're successful. Because when you're successful, everybody's going to come after you. Every son of a bitch is going to come after you. You could be on an island, and they could have to ride a plane or a boat to get to you, right? You could be bothering no one, but because you have taken away something, right? Their need for speed, right? It's like the person who builds a golf course, right? Builds a golf course right across the street from a jumping arena. Like you jump in there. Well, some people are jumpers. Some people are golfers. Some people like these kind of readings. Some people like those kind of readings. But someone's always going to see the competition. It's going to happen. So when you're thinking about being a spiritual warrior, paranormal investigator, and I experienced this not too long ago. I was with a team, and I didn't think about asking if another team had been there. Just not a thing. I didn't think about it. It was not a right? Just like when you go to work, you get paid, you're gonna get paid. You don't have to look at your paycheck, right? Just things in your head, right? And then doing the reveal, they're like, "Oh yeah, another team was here." What? That's like the whole dating thing. Like you think before you want to know, you want to know, you want to know, like what, who, huh? What? I need to know what happened before I walked in. So one of my big rules with all investigators, I tell people, is make sure that if you're investigating someplace, that you know who's been there before, because their energy may still be there. That's why when I do a when I finish the house, I do a walkthrough with sage or whatever fumes they allow me, whatever. Some people don't want to have shit in their house. That's fine. I do sounds. Yes, yes, Tim. That's a point too. When people just don't like you and you don't know why, or when people are saying shit about you. I can't tell you how I was pulling cards left and right about 4 or 5 months ago. And I kept pulling the rat card. The rat card usually means that someone's talking about you somewhere. Someone's taking leaving that cheese out. And that cheese, that smell gets in those noses. You ever had bad smell cheese? You're like, shit, oh, damn. In the air, hands in the air, right? We have to be aware that people are going to talk about us. So reading minds, I think, would be as cool as it would be on some aspects, right? Like getting codes and shit. So that you can just walk through places, and like that'd be cool. But like knowing people's really deep, like being intuitive, being an empath is very close to reading minds. But I thank God every day it's not, because that would be a crazy situation. As intuitive and as an empath, I'm like, shut it off, click, shut it off, click. I put it up way up here. I'm like, no, not today, not doing it. Just want to be a normal. Just want to be a normal human being. Just want to be a normal human being. That's all I want. Just normal human being. Yeah. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. So enjoy the silence. If you have silence, learn to work with it. Learn to look into the void. I tell people, one of the greatest expressions I ever heard was, you look into the abyss looks back at you. And the guy said, I took my hands, I went into the abyss, I pulled that some bitch out, and I held him or her in my eyes. Hey, I'm gonna meet you. We're gonna learn from one another, because you're something. You're something that's out there, which makes Jerry probably very good. People who are deaf and who can't hear sometimes, or have lost one of their senses, usually have to adapt all their other senses, so they become much more equipped as an investigator. So enjoy the silence. Receiving this card indicates that you are called on to spend some time in contemplation or meditation. If possible, go somewhere in nature. I find this hard because a lot of times in nature, I'm just like, I just don't feel comfortable. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm still working on it. Where you can still be still and peaceful. Remember that you can more readily access your inner wisdom where it is silent. And I think a lot of times when we think about that, we think about being silent in the storms of man. Can you imagine if you're in a hurricane, right? We're in the hurricane, right? Virginia's going to give me shit about messing with her reef, but that's okay. We're in this hurricane. We got to learn how to get out. But the eye of the hurricane's doesn't have this stuff. All of this is poking out and doing shit, like covering parts of what needs to be. So we have to be aware. We have to be aware. We have to be aware. If we're not aware, and we will fall. Water. Oof. The citizens of Gold Atlantis were aware that water washes, hydrates, and is a cosmic cleaner. I don't know how many of y'all go into investigations. When I was doing investigations and people wanted me to cleanse their homes, well, cleansing a home is an expense. I know a lot of people disagree with me on this, and I have to say I disagree with you because it is a spiritual taxing thing. Investigating, that's an honor and a privilege. I'm coming in. You're right. But if I find like I will do like the base cleanse, right, of my energy and my team's energy. But if you want me to come in and cleanse your home of whatever's there, that's a energy contract between me and whatever's there. An energy contract between not only the residents of the institution, the energy that's now taken residence there, the shit that has been populated because of there, so the fear and the anger and all that stuff. So I tell people, you have to learn either the art of bartering, right, or the art of pricing, where you're not pricing yourself out of where someone says, "Oh, I can call Bill and he'll come do it for 50," right? When you want to do the job, you want to do the job for people, you want to help people, you want to cleanse, you want to do all this stuff, but it is it is an occupation. I'm put out there. I know people disagree with me, and that's fine, right? But now, if you're going to charge $1,000, now I understand if you've been on TV and stuff, you have to charge the expensive stuff, so the crazies don't call you down and be like, "Hey, I'm a fan, and I want you to come." I just want to watch you. I just want to watch you as you cleanse. Joe, you do it like this, like that time of that haunted house, that haunted mansion. So you took your hands up and you take the bell and you go ding, right? That's why people charge $1,000, $2,000 who have built up that credibility. Here is the key. If you have credibility and you have a brand, right? You're going to charge more. It's a thing, right? When Ford first came out, they were like, Ford, right? Right, it can. Right. So I was doing what I call my deep dives, right? I channel for about 3 weeks. And then I pretty much give a master class on spiritualism to the reader, to the client. And it was taking a lot just before I had a full-time job as well. So it was taking a lot out of me. And so I went to my wife. I was like, I don't know what to do. She's like, well, all right, so you're out for how long? I'm probably out about 2 or 3 days, like maybe a day and a half, sometimes 2. Virginia's pretty much better with the time than I am. But I would be drained. I would be absolutely drained because you go into somebody's auric field and you are in a hurricane. Sex, drugs, lies, guides. Sex, drugs, lies, guys. Guides. I'm saying guides, not guys. Sex, drugs, lies, guides, disappointments, betrayals. A lot of people don't realize that intuitive, that's what we see all the time. And we have to be very, very clear and we have to be very, very safe. We have to make sure that we don't fuck up. As intuitives, it gets to a point where you're like, I need water. I need the water to cleanse me because I'm in a shitstorm and I smell it. I don't know if anybody's ever done this. I recently learned that when I'm done doing a reading, I have to shower before and after, but mainly after. It's not because the person's dirty necessarily. It's that water is the source of life. Water is the source. And so you're going back to source. You're saying, hey, source, I appreciate everything you did for me up there. But right now, man, I need to I need to get back to one, as we call it in the film industry, back to one, back to heads up. All right. Well, just tell me what time to end. Jeremy, just say, hey, end it with this time, and I'll end up at that time. Are y'all still having fun? Do y'all want me to continue? You want me to stop? Y'all tell me. So, Jeremy, what time do I need to end my show, my time? All right. Your guidance is to spend time today near water. So when you go near water, yes, I'm central. I'm central. Central, 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 central. That's what I am. Okay. As you immerse yourself in the cosmic energy, as you immerse yourself in the Christ energy. Okay. So I will end at 10. I will end at 10:50. Give a little bit of night, that little spacey time. As you immerse yourself in the cosmic energy, sense it purifying each cell of your body. So as you're out there tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as you're out there and you're getting that energy, like, oh, that energy, it's so good. That energy's so good. I'm feeling that it's like a drug, right? You're getting that good energy. As an investigator, as an intuitive, as a medium. Oh, thank you, Tim. I appreciate it so much, Tim. You are an miracle man. Thank you so much. I am so grateful for your kind words. Thank you. All right. If you cannot physically be in or near water, visualize it. Some people are terrified of water. Because I learned that one of my past lives was of Atlantis, where again, this probably comes back to kick me in the ass a little bit later. One of my past lives, in my past life regressions, I learned that I was one of the people who was a part of the sinking of Atlantis. And that's why I was terrified of water my whole life. But we have to learn how to use the water for deep inner and outer cleansing. We have to learn how to purify my heart, purify my soul, bring in the light and the love. Right? That's what we have to do. We have to learn the art of relaxation. If we don't know how to relax, and I had the biggest stick up my ass, is people tell me, they're like, you relax. You relax. I hear this all the time. I'm a chill person. They're like, you're intense. You're an intense son of a bitch. Let me tell you. I feel like when I'm talking to people on the phone for my job, I'm like, how, I go, hello, thank you for calling, right? Place I work, as they say on TikTok. And I'm just like, I don't want to be phony. I can't be phony, right? And I'll talk to somebody from Australia, or I'll talk to somebody from somewhere, and I'll talk to somebody the other day from Australia. And he cussed me up and down. He like up and down. I'm not doing my Australian accent. This is not my Australian. Not really. Not my Australian. Thank you so much, Lara Smith. I so much appreciate the joys of you watching tonight. Thank you. So learn the art of relaxation. So they also hold the cells of your body hold the blueprint for your perfect health, happiness, and spiritual destiny. So can you imagine you getting that spiritual test, picking out your next spouse, and they're like, well, let me tell you about the body blueprint of this one. Their health is this. Their happiness meter, let me tell you, it's like, is this. And hey, this one over here, let me tell you. Now let's see about yours. And you're like, oh shit, that does not compute. That does not compute. That does not compute. So we have to learn how to compute. We have to learn how to work with the system. We have to learn how that, like a perfect example is Atlantis. Its mere being, something had to exist. Something. It may not have been quote unquote Atlantis, right? But something had to exist, because there's records of it all around the world. All around the world. Not just in one place. There's a great documentary. What is it? Pyramid 2000. But it talks about how the pyramids were made, how they're possibly made, how they're all made out of concrete. It's a really good documentary. Spoilers, I just ruined it for you. But they're like, oh, this is how it's definitely made. And this is how it was. And you're like, oh, shit. I wish I was that kid in high school now. I'd be like, hey, so there were no slaves that made the pyramids. That's wrong. Historically, they've proven that they had a city built next to the pyramids that was made for the workers. craziness, right? Pure craziness. Let me tell you. So learn the art of relaxation. I'm still working on it because I'm an intense individual. They also hold the full potential of your spiritual and psychic gifts. So the cells of your body, who you are contained in the blood. I talk about Mozart in the Jungle. He says, "Play with the blood. Play with the blood. You got to play with the blood. You got to play with the energy." The reason why vampires, and I know probably somebody's gonna call me out on this, but I'm just talking about what I know. They drink blood is because blood has energy. That's one of the reasons why. So that's a question, people. Jeremy asked if it was a spaceship. If it was a spaceship, they think that it could have been a spaceship, but not the kind of spaceship that we think of as a spaceship. A moving island. So if you imagine if you could move, like if you would have built something, let's be realistically here, realistic, right? Let's be realistic. We don't know. We have these fast creation again, multimedia, books, all this kind of stuff, card decks. I highly recommend the Diane Cooper. She's not a sponsor. Maybe one day, right? Diana Cooper. Crystal skulls. All these things work because we want them to work. They are just tools. One person needs to know that Atlantis was a spaceship because then, yes, Stargate Atlantis, exactly right. Then, if it's a spaceship, then there's aliens. But what if it's just a ship of space? What if it was a ship and there was space? Somehow that ship made space, like it built space, it made land, right? Like we don't know what the island was. We have no idea. We don't even know if it was an island. We don't know if it was a continent. Some maps they talk about Lemuria being all the way down where is it Antarctica, where we can't go legally. Like fucking. When I heard that, I was like, "You've got to be kidding me! We legally can't go where all the earthquakes and shit are happening." By the way, we can't go. The Sandwich Islands, if y'all have not been following the earthquakes that are happening, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy nut. I'm just stating facts. There are earthquakes that are happening down in that area. No one talking about them. Just not talking about them. Charles Rudd, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. So the breath of life. If you choose this card, your guidance is to let go and relax. For busyness and stress, block your divine essence. So when we're tired, when we're busy, when we're stressed out, our creativeness, our creative collective, our creative vigor, guess what? Does not happen. What happens? We're stressed and tired. We're not going to have fun time with our significant other, are we? Nope, sure as hell not. We're like, I'm tired. You see it in movies and you don't think it. You're like, I'm tired. I got where? Leave me alone. And some people don't understand it. Some people don't understand that people are tired. I never really understood tiredness until, when I've been blessed. I'll say this. I was spoiled rotten as a kid. I didn't have to work. It wasn't until I got married that I really had to learn the art of working, quote unquote. And that sounds sad. And it is fucking sad. It's very sad, but it's also a blessing because I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and as one person is downing themselves, right? They're like, "Oh well, you also the blessings that you bestowed upon everybody," and that's true. I did. The blessings that I bestowed upon everybody. Everybody. It's just who I was. So breathe deeply and let go. You can't let the shit that's holding you down right now, or yesteryear, or yesterday, or 2 times a day, whatever. You can't let that contain you. Once you let it contain you, guess what happens? Guess what happens? You know what happens? You're a prisoner in your own prison. Right? If Kit just thought he was a car, okay? If Kit just thought he was a car, right? And did not see himself as Michael Knight's partner. Now you might say, Suits, it's a car. It's a car. It's a robot. It's a device. It's a thing. But that thing was logical, just like Spock in Star Trek. And people don't realize. And if you're not watching currently, if you're not watching Discovery on Paramount Plus, I highly recommend it. Michael Burnham as a, well, I don't want to spoil it for you because it's great. Just so much great shit's happening with these shows. But like, all right, let's spoil one thing. Spock and her. So I'm going to say. So you might say, wait, Spock and her had sex? Spock and her what? No, nothing like that. But Spock and her share a history. Holy shit. First off, the balls or ovaries that the writers had to be like, you know what? We're going to take everything I know about Star Trek and we're just going to put it, we're going to do this. We're going to change it. And we're going to gamble big. We're going to gamble big. We have to gamble big when we relax too. We have to learn how to relax. We don't learn how to relax. The storm's going to get us. It's going to swallow us. Right? It's like when you see Gandalf, thou shalt not pass. And you're like, and he just sits there. He stands there and just like, holy shit. Man means business. Right? Man means business. Woman means business. All right. Okay, let's pull. Oh, let's see what this is. Enlightenment. Here we go. Y'all ready for one last card? How it goes. The Golden Atlantis. The people were all enlightened, beings who achieved a state of divine illumination. You're all divine. We're all enlightened by the divine. We're all creatures. We're all creative creatures. They maintained their high frequency by being in the moment, radiating love and appreciating all that they had. God, can you imagine if we all appreciated what we had? Just like we're younger and we don't appreciate. We're like, oh my God. Oh my God, I appreciate that I have a roof, or I appreciate I have food, and I appreciate that I never had to ask for a damn thing in my fucking life. That's amazing. I appreciate it now. Sure as hell didn't appreciate it then. Guess as you learn when you get older. Oh, thank you, Tim Smith. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yes, I do. Your guidance is to stop doing and striving. Forget about tomorrow. So let's forget about tomorrow. Remember, we're going to help everybody out there, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to help everybody out there. We're going to send the 8 essence energy, the infinity energy to everybody out there who needs it. Friend, foe, family member, ex-lover that you said something mean to. That does not mean text your ex-lover and get in a hurricane of a storm. That's not what that means. So do not take that and say, hey, Seth David said, call my ex-lover. That's not what Seth David said. That's not what Suit said. Okay. Your guidance is to stop doing and striving. Forget about tomorrow. Just steal your mind and be in the now. So if we send that love and light, like especially like to Greg, Ghostbox Live, change, transform, boom. Let's do it. This quiet time, contemplate the wonders of life and appreciate all that you do have, including the opportunities for life on earth. Your reward will be the inner peace and sense of divine. Wow. Wow. Okay, one more and I'm done. Positivity. We'll end on positivity. Isn't that working? That's great. In the Golden Atlantis, negative words simply did not exist. Can you imagine that? No negative words. So I couldn't say, it'd be a lot of places like this. Like, they probably did a lot of hands with their signs. Just saying. No negativity. No negativity. That's great. Nor were there words of resistance like but never or cannot. So nothing impeded the flow of people's lives. That's fucking amazing. Their vocabulary contained only positive words and concepts that people were immersed in wholesome ideas and thoughts. Wow. They constantly affirmed the happiness and contentment of the moment. Because of this, under spiritual law, they could only attract good things into their lives, which definitely moved things forward. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. We move forward. We push onward, upward, and we know the greatness abounds, and we soak up that humanity, and we let go of technology, and we bring in the order to understand the consequences, and we take our hurricane, and we ride it. So get on your ship, sing us a song, talk about love and light. Let's all get along. Everybody knows something. Everybody knows something. Everybody knows something about love. So be the change so we can transform, not the virus. Be the change so we can transform. Send that light and that love. Bring that order, bring that love. Control yourself. Relax yourself. Rise. Rise. Be true to yourself. Learn to say thank you. I appreciate you. And you are amazing. Onward, upward, greatness abounds. Soak up that humanity, create your art, make your impact. We're the army of now, so there won't be any armies in the future. No, not at all. Not today, not tomorrow. We will be now, so that our children and their children and their children's children, you know what? They may actually say, Mom, I need a spiritual tester. Mom, we've reached that point. I need a spiritual tester. Uga Sooth, ladies and gentlemen. Healing's life and life is healing. Make sure you stay tuned for the next show. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Same amazing, awesome channel here at the Things Network. Make sure you give me love to Jeremy and everybody else. Everybody, Night, y'all, Tim. Who's on next? Jeremy, I don't have the schedule in front of me. Who's on next? Oh, just thank you so much. Y'all, please like and share this video with all your friends, fellows, and countrymen. I'll see if we get lots of shares. Lots of shares. Let's get the show going. All right. Be the eagle. Observe your life from a higher perspective. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all have a great night. It's been an honor, a privilege, and a blessing. I'm going to go put up a Christmas tree. Clap, clap, clap. Uga Sooth, healing's life. Life is healing. Be the change. Transform. And let's ride.